Yeah, hi, this is Mike Ellis. I'm out of Elizabeth, Colorado. I've got a lot of people right now asking me about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, what's happening in the market. And I'd kind of like to paint a little picture for you. I've known a gentleman for quite a while, an older gentleman, and he was trading stocks in the 80s. And I think it was right around 87, the stock market just tanked. It went down big time. And this particular gentleman, a pretty smart guy, watched the market, and of course he saw all the lemming going over the cliff. I mean, people were just getting out left and right. They were losing their life savings. I mean, it was really, really ugly, and I remember it vaguely. But this gentleman, after all the lemmings have gone, most of them were off, jumped over the cliff, he came in and he put $500,000 in the stock market. This is where it gets really, really fun. In a very, very short period of time, weeks, he turned that $500,000 into over $2 million. Simply because he didn't panic, simply because he kept his eyes and his ears open and he listened to people, and he knew this had happened before. And when it happens, the best time to buy anything is when it craters. When everybody's getting out, when everybody's panicking, get out, let them lose their money, and then come in, and really there are fortunes to be made doing that. Now, that being said, I believe that cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, is in a similar situation. Over the course of the last 6-7 months, Bitcoin has lost about 67% of its value. In December, January, it was close to 20,000. Today, it's right at 6,300. It has been as low as 5,800. And what's happened over the last 6 months is people have been a little patient, but when it hit that 58, that 56 range, they were out. They were gone. And believe me, I've seen this. People that came in, got into Bitcoin, started doing their thing, and it continued to go down. It just scared the living crap out of them, and they're out. I believe right now that we're at that point that this gentleman was at in 87 with the stock market. 67% of the value of Bitcoin has gone out of it. People have just freaked out, gotten out, and I believe we're at that point where there's going to be a rebound and there's going to be a ton of money to be made. Now, I don't know what kind of person you are. I believe that 15% of the people that listen to this video will come in and actually buy Bitcoin. Whether they buy a sixth of a Bitcoin, which is $1,000, whether they buy a whole Bitcoin, which is $6,300, is really up to their own financial, where they are financially. But there are 85% of the people that will listen to this, they're not going to do anything. And I know that, and I understand that, because 85% of the population, they've got a job, they get a steady paycheck, they think they have security, they don't, but they're very content with where they're at. The other 15%, and maybe this is you, I don't know, you think out of the box. You're not afraid to look ahead and try and figure out what's coming based on what's happened in the past. And if you're part of that 15% that will come in and buy a sixth of a Bitcoin or half a Bitcoin or a full Bitcoin, I can guarantee you that you're going to do very, very well. Now, when I say that, the people I work with, they just freak out. But let me finish my thought before you guys freak out. When I say I guarantee you're going to do very, very well, the reason I say that, it's not because Bitcoin is going to 25,000 this year or 60,000 this year. And by the way, I do believe it's going to hit 25,000 and probably higher than that this year. It's not because of that. It's because that you do think outside of the box. You're not afraid to step out, take a chance to make your financial future better than it is right now, to help you, your family, your community. And believe it or not, it's very, very rare in our society to find people. Everybody wants to improve their life, but very, very few people are willing to do something. So it really doesn't matter if Bitcoin goes to zero, if Bitcoin goes to 60,000 this year. I do believe the people that come in and act on this, they're going to do great. And it has nothing to do with Bitcoin. It has everything to do with who you are. Now, that being said, do I think Bitcoin is going to zero? No. Do I think we're at that point where there's going to be a significant turnaround and people are going to do very, very well, specifically me? Yes, I do. I think Bitcoin this year, and again, there are no guarantees. This is real life. There are no guarantees, but I believe Bitcoin is going to 25,000 this year, 2018. Do I think it's going higher? I do, but I'm not going to talk about that. Let's go to 25,000 first and see where we're going from there. So I believe Bitcoin is going to be phenomenal this year, and there will be a small minority, 15, 10%, 5% of the people that are going to take advantage of it and really make a difference in their life financially in a very, very big way. Now, if you're one of those people, if you're one of the 5%, the 10%, the 15%, and you want a way to buy Bitcoin, there'll be a link down below going over there, and we'll go over a couple things. Our biggest thing that my team does, the people I work with do, we make sure that people stay in complete control of all their assets. That's the most important thing in cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. So if you're interested, go on down below, hit the link. We're going to go over a few things, and you're going to know exactly what it takes to get the Bitcoin, but more importantly, you're going to know what it takes to continue to build on that Bitcoin without putting more money into it. Really, really a big deal. Not only do you want to have Bitcoin now, but you want a way to actually build that Bitcoin over time, the next 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, and have as much Bitcoin as you can get by the end of the year, so that when Bitcoin is at 25,000, if it gets there, you're just in a really, really good place. So that's where I'm at. Just a little picture. I think we're in a very, very good place. I think we're in a place that the gentleman was in 1987 when the market tanked and he took advantage of it. I think that's where we're at with Bitcoin today. And if you're one of those people that aren't afraid to step out of the box, think outside of the box, and do the things you need to do to really take control of your finances, go ahead, click the link down below. We'll go over a few things, and you're going to get a really good understanding of not only where you're at, where you're going, and where we think you're going to end up. So that's it for today, guys. You have a great week, and we'll absolutely see you at the top. Bye.